We are the world. We are the children. We got the AIDS because I assume our parents must have bit us. There are children dying because the dads had fucked their butts. And we hope to see a brighter day for all their butts. Happy World AIDS Day Eve, everybody. That was We Are the World, a song that was put together in the 80s, 1988, I believe. Good documentary on that on Netflix, to putting that together. Lionel Richie spearheading that. Good song. It is This is the last ever in America. I think in Canada we will still celebrate. But by the way, this is the official Rob Loves Arguing Mandolin. This is the last ever in the U.S. World AIDS Day Eve, everybody. So celebrate one last time. We are the world. We are the children. We hate to suck on the AIDS dicks. I assume that because we are the world, we are the children. So they were specifically about kid AIDS. The song was about AIDS, right? Sorry, Daniel, the anchor Sanker is here. What? I'm not crazy, right?
It's so long. We Are the World? I thought it was about peace. It was just peace.
Is it? But it was about. Why was there are chill? Is that one? Do I have the wrong ones? What was the AIDS one?
Oh,
Didn't they do a song for AIDS?
Wasn't that that one where what's his name from Queen sang?
Well, that was just like I think the concert when he died. Was there a particular?
I thought that concert was a AIDS benefit concert.
They didn't do like a celebrity AIDS song.
Well, let's look up We Are
the World. Yeah, I'd like to see. I mean, I think it was at least a little bit about AIDS. But in the meantime, let me talk about the death of World AIDS Day. The U.S. no longer officially recognizing World AIDS Day. AIDS has finally claimed World AIDS Day, December 1st, 1988 to 2025, December 1st, whatever. I don't know. It died a few days ago or something probably. But anyways, people are up in arms about the unrecognizing of the day, which is really, I mean, what's the problem is not that the day's not, like they're cutting the funding for the day is not really the issue. And you could argue that they've cut a bunch of funding. Like this is what a lot of the I don't want to say anti-AIDS. I guess we're all anti-AIDS. The like pro getting rid of AIDS organizations, the AIDS ridders, AIDS busters, all the AIDS busters globally are saying like, well, they're cutting funding and you know the U.S. is like always been ahead of this funding, and so this might become a problem. But that has nothing to do with getting rid of the day. You know what I mean? The day, you don't want to. It seems to me, if you were gonna cut the funding for the programs, it's inherently a bit disingenuous to then like fund the day. You know what I mean? Like you might as well cut funds for the day if you're gonna cut the actual funds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just go brutal versus what's it? Half stepping? No half stepping.
Yeah.
Ain't no half stepping.
Ain't no such things as halfway crooks.
Yes, there you go.
Scared to death, scared to shook. Look.
I did find
shook.
your AIDS song, by the way.
Well, you found my AIDS song?
Yeah.
Sick. AIDS sat alone in a park in the park.
Everyone has AIDS.
Is that it?
That was yeah. Lionel Richie spearheaded that. Thank you, Lionel Richie, for the AIDS song. What the fuck was We Are the World about then? Ultimately,
I looked it up. It was global unity and peace, but apparently it was specifically on the backdrop of relief for Ethiopia.
Got it. So there's no AIDS song. I feel like hold on, we're gonna live chat GPT this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's the best.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on it here. Hi, there's like, so We Are the World wasn't about AIDS, I guess, but there's got to be like a song where a bunch of artists got together because of AIDS, right? Or didn't they was maybe the reboot of it later where like Gwen Stefani, what's the one there where like they got like blindfolds on and shit? That one was AIDS, no? What's that one?
Blindfolds.
Hold on. This is going to come up with something, I promise you.
It's not in my pop culture wheelhouse.
I'm almost certain. I guess they didn't redo We Are the Children. What's Going On, I think they did maybe. Or That's What Friends Are For. That's Dionne Warwick. What's Going On? In 2001, a supergroup called Artists Against AIDS Worldwide, which is not a catchy name. The abbreviation is AH! Performed What's Going On, the Marvin Gaye hit, to combat AIDS or whatever. Marvin Gaye didn't have AIDS, but also they're suggesting to me TLC Waterfalls, which is not what I'm going for. Pull up the celebrity supergroup version of What's Going On. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of World AIDS Day, and it had a good run. We're pretty aware of AIDS at this point. Like, I would say if George Bush felt comfortable declaring mission accomplished on that cruiser or whatever, I think we can declare mission accomplished on getting awareness about AIDS out there. AIDS is pretty good. You know what I mean? We're good.
We're meaning it's solved? Or we're
not so much
good
solved. It's just
positive.
Awareness is, yeah.
Oh, I see.
And also, it's like we could shift a little bit of that money now. You got a pill, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are other. I'm not saying take all the money away, but there's no cancer pill yet. We could work on a cancer pill.
It's true, and also AIDS has that categorization of you did this to yourself, sort of, unless you're Eazy-E. Someone did that to him.
Yeah, I guess I'm always confused by the Africa one. Just because okay, listen, we're about to sport, if you can't have a grown-up conversation about AIDS for a second in the homosexual community, then I would skip ahead a few 30 seconds here. I'm going to put this away that the great Dave Smith, libertarian philosopher, once put the movie Kids. The climax of the movie Kids is Casper fucks the sleeping girl with AIDS, and you're supposed to think that, oh my God, he raped her and now he gets AIDS, and there's this this gravity to it. But if you really know about AIDS, he's a straight guy having sex with a girl. Like, most likely, he just probably nothing happened bad.
Yeah.
Right. So, we can be mature and understand the poof of gay sex. You know what I mean? The real gah of the whole thing is why the numbers of the AIDS is worse amongst the gay community. Right? Is the ripping and the tearing.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And so, the lesbian community must just not get AIDS. Like, how would you even lesbian to lesbian transmit AIDS other than doing blood rituals? Which, to be fair, that's about probably 25% of lesbians.
Yeah, the Wiccans. Yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot of blood sharing in the lesbian community. That would definitely represent a large portion of the AIDS community there. But otherwise, yeah, not a lot of ripping and tearing with lesbos. So, but yeah, why so much AIDS in Africa then? You know what I mean? Like, I get they didn't have condoms to stop it, but if you're just a straight dude fucking a lady, you're not. You know what I mean?
There's a theory. It was given.
Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Government stuff. Yeah, CIA. I don't know.
But why would we want to give them AIDS? I don't really even understand it.
It's the theory is just racism. Like, they want to kill black people.
Well, that's
why. Look, whether you believe that or not, that's a whole other discussion. But if I'm just fulling out the theory, it's racism exists. Let's kill black people. It creates AIDS. And then also, we're also testing it on them so that we can use AIDS for possible other purposes.
Sure, maybe testing, but it's still just and then they realize they're oh, we're only killing the gay ones, and they're not,
And we're the gay
They're
ones.
not
so
the problems. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're, the
we're
gay
government
ones. Yeah.
people. We're gay.
Yeah. So okay, who would you put? Do you got the super group up? The what's going on?
No, I'm having trouble finding. I was looking on my phone.
Here, let me. I'll try to pull it up.
Yeah.
I know Gwen Stefani was in it, and that's all I know.
Oh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe what's going on?
This is good on my part, but it's important. Ooh,
I'll
what's
start your.
going
Okay,
on?
okay, I got it. Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Who would you put if you had to make an?
There's too many of you crying.
You gotta see how.
Oh, brother, brother, brother. There's far too many of you dying.
That's right.
You know we've got to find a way
Give me the Foxy Brown.
to bring some love
What's the problem in the video? They're blindfold, so you're not getting like a
Oh,
full.
my father,
Yeah, here, I'll do it on voice. Play it
we
more
don't
of that.
need
I'll see if I got it on voice. I'll make it hit.
escalate. You see,
Never come.
war is not the answer. It's not only love can conquer.
One of the back two chords is there. I also recognize what's his name? Bono.
He loves AIDS stuff, so he was gonna be there. Yeah. You can't have a charity song without fucking Bono showing up.
No, he loves.
You can't have a charity barbecue without Bono showing up.
And I don't even know what this means. Every single artist on this track, ATE. What is ATE? Do I not?
8. They all 8. What are you talking about? It's easy.
Oh, 8.
Yeah. There's catering.
Oh, no, I know what that means. Meaning they did well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
Who would you? That's the problem. Is like you can't really put together a celebrity AIDS band anymore. That's another good reason to get rid of the day, I guess, is because like, who you gonna put? You gonna put Sexy Red in a fucking? You know what I mean? Like we don't have the right type of artists anymore.
I was just sitting down watching one of her videos the other day.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that sounds private.
I was just like, I was taking it in. Sure, maybe I was enjoying some butts, but I was also like, this is fascinating that this is art. It's fascinating.
It's not art. Nobody likes it. It literally doesn't even exist. I would love to. Let's see what Sexy Red. I think she's coming here
Is she come
pretty soon.
to Toronto?
Let's see what Sexy Red tickets are going for right now
Oh, good question.
on the secondary market. This segment's brought to you by SeatGeek. Oh, sorry, I forgot one of the X's in her stupid dumb fuck name. Oh, she was already here.
Yeah, but-
Chicago. Oh, she's opening for Glorilla.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Chicago.
She's a little bigger. She's a little bigger.
Then Glorilla?
No, Glorilla is a little bigger than Sexy Red.
What the fuck is Glorilla?
She's actually, she's Southern, and she's cute. She's got like a little cute look to her or whatever.
Do you think that she could be in the Marvin Gaye "What's Going On" AIDS video?
I mean, as a rapper, I mean, even if you respected them as artists, they're rappers, and it's not. This is for singers.
Yeah, it's how so you'd hope Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She's your big
There's a
get.
strong. Probably
you want
Beyonce
David
still.
Grohl.
Who?
David Grohl.
Yeah. Beyonce still. You know, some of these are starting to get older. Did you hear them? They're some people are going after Beyonce for plumping up a little bit.
Yeah, they were suggesting that she go on Ozemps. Put her on the Ozemps. Don't let her just become a regular woman who's ritualistically abused children with her husband. Make sure she stays skinny. I mean, what is the point of ritualistically and sexually abusing children with your husband, Jay-Z, if you're not, and in the accompaniment of Puff Daddy and Jennifer Lopez, if you're going to get fat later?
It's
Really?
true. You're breaking.
You know what I mean? Like, why abuse all those children if you're just going to get heavy later?
Yeah. What are those stem cells or whatever?
Yeah.
Kids have?
You're drinking kid blood. You're drinking adrenochrome. You know what I'm saying?
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. I can only say it correctly if I say it like
Angry.
Alex Jones. Adrenochrome. I have to say it.
Only an impression. There probably is some words I can only pronounce in an impression of somebody who I heard say it.
Adrenochrome. Yeah, you know. Okay. Who else do you? Who's like the newest artist?
Yes. Oh.
Does
Not
Sabrina-
newest, but I just thought Ariana Grande is in there for sure.
Still, does anybody give a fuck about Ariana Grande anymore?
They respect her singing. She's actually a good singer, so they would throw her in there just for.
Okay, so she's the Mariah Carey, legendary divas position. Okay, because you can't put Mariah in anymore. She's fucking cuckoo dooku. She's gonna be like, fuck the AIDS kids. Like Mariah's not. She's not about it. Mariah would say something crazy. So yeah, you put Ariana Grande in there, David Grohl, Beyonce, but you don't have any new. We have two fractured. That's why the Jack White halftime performance was fucking perfect. That's why I bought the mandolin. By the way, it was just dum bum 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 bum. You see the? You didn't see it. The halftime performance.
No.
NFL. Let me say, I've a couple episodes ago I talked about marketing. Fuck, are they good at marketing? The NFL is brilliant. Have you ever tried to like look up like the Oscars after like the Oscar monologue after it was done?
Like
yeah,
sure. Whoever was hosting, sure. Yeah. I'm more of a Golden Globes.
It's fucking impossible to find afterwards. Most of these because TV thinks if they don't let you see it after, then like they'll force you to watch it. It's like, guys, everyone has 3 jobs. We're not TV. Listen to me for a second. We're not watching you later because we want to. We would love to watch it live. We would love to sit on our couches in a home that we own, in a nice spot with a family that we can afford, and watch your programs. However, we have to work endlessly to pay our landlords so they don't kick us into the streets. So the reason we're not watching it live is not because you're not playing a trick on us. It's because we can't. So put it on later on YouTube for when we get home at 2, 3 in the morning and we need something to put on our fucking iPad that we put on a shelf next to our bed because we live in a closet. And we need to have something to fall asleep to, and we'd like to fall asleep to your program and make you part of the cultural conversation. Think about it. That person gets to go to 2 different jobs the next day and talk about your program. Put it on YouTube. And so this is why the NFL is brilliant, because the second this thing was done, they fucking threw this thing right up on YouTube and made themselves part of the cultural conversation. And play this for a little bit.
Sure.
Jack White deserves. This is sick. Thanksgiving game in Detroit. Pick a hometown artist and like let them play for the hometown. Sorry, go ahead.
No problem.
And I hadn't started this album yet, and now I'm hooked to it.
This is new?
Home 2004 or 24, sorry. So it's a year old, but I'm into it now. Feeling. That's how I'm feeling by now. Sick performance. Now fast forward a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of a scroll fast forward because you'll see. You haven't watched this yet.
No.
So you don't know what happened. So go to about like 3 minutes in. So you don't get to spoil surprise. Oh, it's a little spoiled, but go back a bit.
Okay, I'll admit, when trying to pull this up for you,
saw it.
The internet spoils it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I love, I want to give them the credit first here, is that obviously, a lot of you already know that Eminem was a guest performer on this. If you look at the NFL's video, it only says Jack White. They don't use Eminem's name to bait you in so they can get more clicks. They know we're going to get all the clicks we need off of Jack White, and we'll under-promise and over-deliver with it instead of going, oh, it's Jack White and Eminem, and then you get 45 seconds of Eminem rapping, and now you feel lied to. Instead, they go, we're the fucking NFL. They're going to watch us anyways.
Yeah.
Let them be surprised by Eminem and get the actual experience you're supposed to. Let's play a little bit more of that. It's just a fucking, for the city of Detroit, for D-Town.
Ladies and gentlemen, Detroit's home.
Just 2 men in their 50s rocking out. I love Jack White. He is doing a bit of fucking Mick Jagger mouth a bit, but all right, that's good. Yeah, Jack White, I argue, might be one of our greatest, if not our greatest living artist, musical performer. Kanye's our greatest artist in like an Andy Warhol fashion. But I would say, by the way, do you have to put Kanye in the AIDS song? Like, is that like a fun grenade to throw in the fucking what's going on? Like, you would need I would love it if he was the Lionel Richie. Like, Kanye was the one that had to get all the other artists together for the AIDS song. That'd be sick. He has to get Taylor last minute. They patch things up.
What's crazy about how things change in such a small time period is that if you went back, dialed it back a few years ago, that wouldn't have been an insane thing to picture some video where Kanye's like turning knobs and the recording artist is inside the booth and it's an AIDS song or something. Well, that wouldn't have been insane.
He did Us Placers, which was with Lupe before Lupe became too Muslim for the industry.
Oh yeah.
And then it was Lupe, him, and Pharrell before Pharrell became too closeted homosexual for the industry. And then it was Thom Yorke stroking the old keys, and that was a Virginia Tech shooting song, that one. So, yeah, Kanye was the head of on the Virginia Tech one. So, but Jack White, really, I think, underappreciated. And, like, I don't hate the Bad Bunny selection. I'm not one of these people that's like, fucking Bad Bunny, whatever and stuff. But I do think we need to remember, do you know what a lot of people like? Rock and roll music. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
It's just, it actually hasn't gone away. That kind of proves, the internet's reaction to that kind of proves rock and roll music.
Yeah.
Dig it. Rock and roll music is still around, and that's why I picked up this mandolin to start without feeling. Anyways, but and also I'm wearing the toque, so specifically Be Still. I'm trying to get everyone check out Be Still. I want anyone who watches this to like follow them on Apple Music or Spotify, whatever you do and whatever. But also Be Still, if you're watching this, let me use your song for the entrance, for the theme song for the podcast. I understand. I just wanted a whole rant about how getting rid of World AIDS Day is okay and some things that don't align with your sensibilities politically. It's a comedy show. Let me use your thing, man. It'll be fun. The riff's perfect for it. It'll fit nice. Just let me use it, please. Anyways. But yeah.
I'm in support, even though I'm not a big rock guy. It's probably one of my least favorite, not favorite, but least listened to type of music. I listen to it once in a while. I enjoy some stuff, but I believe rock to be good war music.
Sure.
Not like during war movies, but like, hey, you're going to go into battle, listen to some rock music and whatever. And
masses. Sorry.
And that is good for sporting events like football. I think my general issue is that I also get annoyed that like it should be anything they play at the halftime show, Super Bowl or Thanksgiving, should be shit that pumps you up for the next part of the game, not just shit.
It's a good point too. Bruno Mars is a wonderful performer, but it is odd for him, a 5'10" little fruit who owes too much money to casinos, to be dancing around up there. It would be great if the casinos, if they have a Super Bowl in Vegas, that he does the halftime show for free and it erases his debt. They just wipe out the debt finally. They're like, hey, listen, all right, Bruno, we're going to get, this is how we get square. You're doing the Super Bowl halftime show, but at the end, you're going to put out a bucket and we're going to pass it around, and whatever people felt about the performance, they will put change in a bucket. And that bucket goes to the casino ultimately, and you don't get paid. And then we're square.
I just, every time I forget about Bruno Mars and his situation, whenever someone reminds me, I picture him literally on like those old school prison chain and ball.
Oh, yeah.
And he's dancing, and he's, but he's
Can
still
you look
attached.
up Bruno Mars' Suspicious Minds? Has he had his version yet? Because he needs a version of Suspicious Mind. Who is, I guess Bruno Mars is his own Colonel Parker. I guess the roulette table is fucking Colonel Parker for the guy. God damn. Yeah. I mean, he's literally Elvis himself.
He doesn't know. It's fascinating.
On a very special musical episode of Rob Was Arguing.
If you think about it, this podcast is very music
I
heavy.
won't hold back. Yeah, I kind of like it. And you coming down too much, baby. Have you ever seen a video of him doing this live in Vegas? When it's like the first time he does it, and like Vegas is watching him perform like a chimp to like himself. It's the best because he head fakes his black chick at like 3 minutes in. It's so funny. He like, you know, and he probably just bangs the bejesus out of her after shows. But like he was, we can't go on together with suspicious minds. Suspicious minds. We love me. This is undoubtedly Elvis's best performance. It's this, and then the hey, it's 1968. I'm coming back, and I like black people. Despite what they say, I'm on your side, black people. The fucking anyways, be still. Let me use your song. Have you seen, not to keep sending you all over the place, but I got to talk about Michael Rappaport's Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
So I think there's been a couple episodes now where I've mentioned Rappaport in disparaging light, and I do feel like, you know, his stance on Israel is pretty crazy and has been quite cringy, and yes, being a grown-up wigger is embarrassing. However, like the sheer volume now of pictures and videos of Michael Rappaport being in Israel, he can't be in Israel this much. Like, it's like every day now he's a picture of him in Israel, and it started to occur to me at some point that I don't think this is Michael Rappaport at all. Like, I think that Michael Rappaport probably supports Israel, maybe even strongly supports Israel.
Yeah.
But it is very clear at this point that whoever his social media team is really supports Israel. And I think they might just be destroying this man's life, like, through constantly posting about Israel. Like, there's almost nothing else. Now that Mamdani's the mayor, it's like he's moved to Tel Aviv. I can't tell. And I don't think it's possible. So this is Michael Rappaport. If you see this, if that's you posting, how dare you or whatever, you're a lunatic. That's crazy how much you're doing that. And like, I mean, I don't know what this is like, yes, there's some pretty childish things. And like, I get some of it. Some degree of this I would understand, but it is all day, every day, posting about Israel. It's all Israel, all the time. Israel, Israel, Israel. So, like, I have to think it's his social media team. I like that some reason a basketball meme has worked his way in.
He's still a sports fan.
Yeah. Is he talking about the lack of Jewish representation in the NBA? Anyways, the point is, Michael Rappaport's social media team, if you're doing this to him, you have to be making his life miserable. And now you got him thinking, like, if he doesn't know you're doing that with his social media, he probably does think anti-Semitism is like rampant, because people are probably coming up to him being like, what the fuck are you doing? And he thinks, like, you know, 1 in every 3 posts he puts like a fucking little Israel flag in it or something. And meanwhile, this is like Netanyahu's personal, is his sword, Bibi Netanyahu's sword in America is Bill Aikman and Michael Rappaport. Maybe Jews don't run the media if Michael Rappaport is their voice, because it seems to be that's sort of the big guy they got gunning on their side right now. No? All right. Free Michael Rappaport. Let him post about the Boston Celtics again and stop fucking constantly. Anyways. So this is going to be one of the, this is probably, I doubt the last podcast we'll do in the apartment, but I think probably getting close.
Getting close, yeah.
To when we'll be doing a shift to the new Rob Loves Arguing Studios, but which is I gotta reconsider because the options were getting a bigger apartment or finding a space to do the podcast, and it's probably good now to hang on to the apartment with the passing of Bil C60. What do you know about Bil C60? Anchor?
I think C60 is a weird last name.
Absolutely. Well,
I don't know anything.
yeah, I know. It's one of those ones. Listen, so Bil C60, the idea is there's a couple provisions that come into it. Let me try to explain this as cleanly as I can to people, the parts that particularly matter. Now, here's a few good things. Because, listen, I think we all knew that the tenant rights in Ontario were a little too strong. Like, the ability for some people to grift the system for huge periods of time you were able to do it for way too long if you knew how to maneuver the system. And so loopholes had to be closed. One of the loopholes they closed with this was you can't produce new evidence halfway through a court case when it comes to an eviction. The reason that's important, that sounds mean, what? But there's new evidence. Well, there usually isn't. What?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna guess, but I know.
No, go ahead.
Well, it's most likely used to delay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So now they can drag on a case that should have been 3 months. They can drag it on to 6 months. So eliminating that now gets landlords back basically 50% of their problem, which should have been a pretty decent win, right? But it also does a couple other things. So I made some notes. I wanted to go through this correctly. So the biggest clause is the no automatic renewals, in my opinion. So and also a little bit of the going back to being able to rent evict or my family or personal use evict people again. So the proposed idea for the bill, so no automatic renewals. What they're saying the point of this is that they want more people with houses to go back to being landlords. So they're saying the tenant rights were scaring people from being landlords because, okay, you have a granny suite in your home, right? Because you only get rights if you have a self-contained unit. If you're just renting a bedroom out in your home to somebody, that person has no rights. You can kick them out whenever you feel like. But if they have a self-contained granny suite, no access that you share, it's its own unit, they have tenant rights. And so what the point is supposed to be is that now it'll be easier to evict those people. So say, Sanker, you're living in somebody's basement, right?
Sure.
They rent you the granny suite of their home and whatever. And they go, hey, my cousin's moving back to Canada from he was fighting with the IDF to kill Gazan children, and now that they finally wiped all of them out, he's coming back to Canada to celebrate victory, and he were to put him in a basement, and so now we need to kick you out. So before, they would need to provide you 1 month's rent for doing that, which is not a lot considering they've just removed you from your home. It's I get that landlords can look at it and go, oh man, it's so difficult to kick somebody out of the place that they live. Which I think when people aren't paying and when whatever, they should make that easier. There should be more steps in place that you can't game the system like that, which is why not being able to present new evidence is the real win for landlords in that. That's the only part of this bill that really makes any sense for anybody. The other part now, so you can go, oh my, and by the way, their cousin's not moving back. Their cousin's actually Gazan and they were killed by the IDF, but they want to lie to you about it and tell you that's what happened, that their cousin's coming back. Their cousin's in a body bag, but they want to lie to you and tell you that's what's happening because they actually want to raise the rent on it, and they think they could put a new countertop on the bathroom and that'll be worth $300 a month. And so they want to kick you and your family out of where you live where you might have children going to school, or you might have situated with your job or whatever. They want to, at whatever convenience for them, kick you out of your home. So they get 4 months notice, which by 4 months notice sounds fine to completely uproot your life, but it still sucks quite a bit. And I think the 1 month rent was a nice way of going like, hey, we've just unnecessarily, for purely greed, removed you from your living situation. So here's 1 month to figure that out to help, you know? But that 1 month for kicking people out of their home was too much. So that, and I'm going to be fair to landlords. Again, 6 months, too much time spent on that. You could really like that. No new evidence. I'm with you, but that part, no automatic renewals. So what this means is essentially it gets rid of any security you have after your lease expires. So you basically, Sanker, you you find a good deal on a place, you move all your things in, you go, great, this is where I live now. Well, they can just get rid of you at the end of the first year. They don't have to have a reason. Right. They don't have to whatever. They can go, 1 year was enough for us. Thank you very much. And now get you out of your place and whatever. So that's nice. That's certainly, it's a good time in Toronto, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to Rob Mayhew's market tips of the week, if you are looking for work, new immigrant people, this is probably, and this is the intention. They want the only jobs to be Uber drivers, movers, and real estate agents. Those will be the only jobs that remain in the future. If you're a leasing agent, Bil C60 is excellent for you because people are going to be moving. They're not going to have a choice. We are going to see everyone it is going to be apartment roulette in Toronto because every landlord's going to go, you know what? If I hang a plant over there, I could probably get $50 a month more out of this place. Hey, get the fuck out. Go and live on the fucking street because I think that this apartment's now worth $13.50 as opposed to what it was worth before. It's literally, this is Tinder for landlords. They're just going to swipe you every year. They're going to go, you know what? We get a little sexier tenant in this place, I bet. I bet you we could go and just whatever. They're just going to swipe right through you on a yearly basis. So don't own things. That would be my other big market tip. I would say get into real estate, but not selling houses because nobody can afford to own anything. So get out of real estate as far as selling houses and get into leasing. Leasing is going to be hot. Honestly, I would consider doing it myself because leasing is going to be, people will be moving. A lot of people will be giving you 1.5 months rent because literally 50% of the population of the city will be moving at all times. So be a mover and a leasing agent. Listen, so ultimately what the answer is here is that they are trying to open up more landlords. And so what they're essentially doing is going, so do you know what a purpose-built rental building is?
Built for renting? I don't know.
Hey, you're very good, Sanker. Is there a sound effect that gives you a round of applause or something? Because you nailed it. There you go. Let me play an AIDS song for you. Sanker doesn't have AIDS. Anyways. So we have not basically in Toronto made purpose-built rental buildings since about the 1960s and 1970s. We are now breaking ground on about 4 of them. This is something that's been pushed pretty hard the last few years by housing advocates because the system has been stupid. This is a stupid system. I get that it is easier to find the equity from private builders to build these projects, but currently we know that everybody can't afford housing. We have acknowledged that issue. So what we do in our city and many major cities is we build buildings that rich people can afford to buy and rent to us. And that's the only thing we build. We don't build buildings that are just to rent. We go, instead of doing that, let's have Kyle buy a condo in City Place. And he'll go, this is my mortgage. I'm going to up that number by $300. And that's now what you pay for rent. When everybody goes, oh man, rent's higher than your mortgages are. Yeah, dummy. Because what do you think you're fucking paying? You're paying somebody else's mortgage and making them a little bit of money. You're paying their Netflix, their cell phone bill, and their car wash. They have they buy because now they're landlords, so they buy you can get these like monthly passes to car wash places.
Yeah.
So you're paying for their Netflix, you're paying for their cell phone, and you're paying for their monthly car wash allowance card and their mortgage. That's what you're paying for. You have to factor in your life now, if you're not going to own a place, that you have to pay for a landlord to get their car washed. That's just how the economy works now. So don't be surprised when your rent is higher than a mortgage, because your parents were fucking losers and they didn't give you any money to buy a house to rent to somebody and get your cars washed. So you've got to pay for their car washing now. So so the answer, instead of building buildings that are for rent, that can be geared towards what the market is and what maintaining that building actually looks like you would think living would be, right? You'd think the way that we would house people, you'd think that the way would be, what does it cost to live? What does a unit like this in a decently maintained building actually cost? We will charge them that for this rental. You'd think, but instead we're like, let Kyle buy it and then he'll determine the market. Let's let a rich sycophant determine what rent prices should be, instead of actually going like, what is the whatever. So the answer is not, the Ontario government has said the answer is not more rental purpose buildings. The answer is more basement apartments. As a matter of fact, if you could start, I would say another hot tip, if you could somehow find a way to dig another basement under your basement that you could stick Indians in, that would be a really good investment plan right now. If you could find, I would invest in jackhammers, because I think the plan for Ontario is deeper, scarier basements full of more people. I've kind of talked about this on the Gaza War episode is over. The Gaza War episode is that tunnels are the future. And wouldn't you know it, I said that less than a month ago. And right here, Bil C60 is literally agreeing with me. Please, if you have a shed, let people live in it. That is the answer. No, we can't build you housing, but Janet has a shed in her backyard. Live with her Christmas tree. Just don't buy anything. If everybody could just start, I think if I could go to Dragon's Den, I think really, really, really big backpacks that you can keep everything you live in are going to be a really important item in the future. Think about this place, right? Think of all the things I have in this apartment. If all of these things were in one backpack, right, that I just put in a corner instead of owning stuff. Say maybe the back of the backpack is a projector screen. So I don't need a TV anymore, right? You can just project images onto the backpack. And now all the pictures I have up, you could just have little slides in the backpack that you could slide photos of your loved ones in. So you could just flip the back, if you're not watching TV, you flip the backpack over. Now it displays all of your family, right? And then you could have a little section for boiling water so that you don't have to boil water anymore. The backpack boils your water. Anyways, World AIDS Day is over. Is that all? Do you sort of get the idea behind Bil C60 now?
Yeah, it seems like they're fixing housing by making it worse. Maybe going for a let's come full circle, and if you end up the other way.
Well, I often try this technique if I find early on in a show that the audience is sort of taken aback by like something dark early on.
Sure.
I call it the dig the China method.
Right.
Where, yeah, you go a little heavier so that they kind of go, oh shit, there's not going to be relief from this. And you almost sort of beat them into this submission of, okay, fine, this guy's crazy, whatever, we're okay. And so this is sort of the dig to China method in a more literal way where they're like, hey, live in a tunnel that's heading to China. Like let's literally dig to China. And in that way, and it's the China, and honestly, who owns more basement apartments than the Chinese in this town? So it is this Bil C60 should be nicknamed the dig to China approach, where we're like, let's see how crazy Chinese people can make these apartments. I mean, Chinese people apartments is going to be a really fun Instagram account by the time this is all going to be done, because what they're going to stick us in after this bill is finished is going to be hilarious. How are your living conditions?
Pretty good.
Good. That's nice to hear. Do
It's
you live
not bad.
above ground?
I live above ground,
Okay.
4 floors above ground. Or 3 floors, I guess, technically, if the first floor is the ground floor.
That would be correct, yes.
yeah,
But
yeah. 3 floors up.
now, how Chinese is your building? Is it called the 4th floor or is it the 5th floor?
No. It's the 4th floor. My building and my whole area, very not Chinese.
Gotcha.
Very, very brown.
Did you know that, though, that they don't have...
Yeah, I've seen it in buildings back
Yeah,
in
it's
the
nice.
day.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
it's hilarious. Yeah.
We should wrap up soon, but I do want to... since World AIDS Day is over, I feel like this is an appropriate clip. Listen, I don't mean to be doing this much Tucker content, but Tucker has just been on fire recently. Yeah. I mean, this has got to be one of the top 10 funnest clips of the entire year. This is Tucker Carlson and Piers Morgan. Now, I believe they must be in Britain, because I think the point would be if Pierce was in America, he'd be allowed to say this. So I imagine this is Tucker has gone to England to antagonize Piers Morgan, which is even funnier. If Tucker Carlson flew across the globe to goad Piers Morgan into saying faggot, that is the funniest bully move of all time. Like, it feels like Tucker Carlson literally woke up one day and said, I want to make Piers Morgan say faggot, and I'm going to. And then this was him, like, accomplishing that mission. So, do we want to let's play the clip. Honestly, how long is it? I think we just play the whole.
This is a short. It's a short one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it is bleeped.
That's all right. I'll help.
Yeah.
Hold my hand. We're going to say together. You ready?
No, we're not.
Do you say gay and retard?
Huh?
Do you say gay and retard?
I say gay. I wouldn't use the R word. I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't.
Are you?
My choice. By
Do
the
you
way,
think it
I'm
should be legal
exercising-
to abort
I'm
a Down
exercising-
syndrome baby?
I am exercising my free speech right not to use that word.
Totally agree. I actually don't use the N-word ever because I think it's ugly. Maybe we're missing the real argument. That's all I'm saying. Does that make sense?
It does, although I'm pro a woman's right to choose what to do with her body.
Including
And bear in mind that
aborting someone because he's retarded?
That's not even the clip I like.
No,
That's not
that's-
even the one. That's still very fun. I mean, guys, after you're done watching this podcast, go watch that.
Go watch
What
that.
if Loose Tucker is just the best? And, like, you're hearing it everywhere. I want people to know, Tucker, if you watch this, it's working. Like, I am going to my liberal sister's house.
and
We're
describes
going,
the
like,
man
all
who beat
over
her
the
up
place. People are
and sent
being
her to
like,
the
I gotta be
hospital
honest with
as
you.
a, quote,
Tucker has been fucking awesome.
She's arrested and convicted of a hate crime. The guy who beat her up is not arrested or convicted. By the way, you're allowed to be homophobic if you want in a free country. You can have any view you want. But no, because she used the word she's arrested and the guy who punched her in the face was not. That story tells you everything.
Well, I don't know that story.
Would you say the word on camera?
No.
Why?
Because
You don't want to get arrested, do you?
doesn't want to be arrested.
Because it's so harmful to people?
Actually, my whole issue with the whole trans debate, for example, is you don't need to say derogatory stuff about trans people to make the point that women's rights should be protected.
Well, I agree.
So what? I don't believe.
No, but it's a magic word.
I don't believe in needlessly sneering.
Well, I'm not smearing
insulting
anybody. I just think.
But why would you use that word? Yeah.
I just did.
But would,
I just did. Bag it, bag it, bag it.
why?
And I'm using it because you're not allowed to because you're.
I'm allowed to.
Go ahead. This chick just got arrested for it and convicted. They're making me want to say that because it's so outrageous that you would arrest someone for a word.
I agree.
Well, then help me now. Let's have a moment of
hold
self-liberation.
hands.
I think you're
Okay?
beyond help, to be
Hold my
honest.
hand. Hold my hand.
Yes.
We're gonna say together. You ready?
No, we're not.
Do you say gay and?
Huh?
Do you say gay and?
I wouldn't use the
Okay,
R
all
word.
right, we got that's
now we
it's awesome. And he goes on to later kind of point out that like he sort of owns Pierce in a moment afterwards, where Pierce keeps trying to go back to the trans thing because I feel like he's just like gay stuff. I don't know. We're not talking about that anymore.
Yeah.
And so he tries to push off, and then he kind of. Tucker gets into him about the existence. Tucker used to believe that gay people were born gay, but now he's like, I'm not entirely sure, and talks about like, what, you don't think that's on the continuum with trans people, whatever. It's very fun. Go check it out. But if you just want to hear Tucker Carlson say faggot 4 times straight, I mean, good God, that is fun. Like, Loose Tucker is the man. But so check out Tucker Carlson. I will be in Sudbury this Friday, which will be 3 days ago. I am headlining the Toronto Downtown Yuck Yucks December 12th and 13th. You can check that out. I will have merch available. Toss me one of them shirts. I should have one at the top of that my drawer there, right there. If you are you watching this, you're going to come out and check out one of the shows. First of all, hit me up. You know what I mean? I can probably hook it up with that on the right side under Soundgarden there. We're going to see. It's not this. I'm wearing this shirt. This was a one of one by the great Garbage Pail Poppy. The merch looks like this. It is the unwanted on the front for that's what we call the fans.
Yep.
And on the back, we got the Rob Loves Arguing logo, which will be coming. We are working on a graphic to dance around at the beginning of that. I will have to show you that after Sanker, but that's the back of that. And I would like to once again point out that is a Comfort Colors shirt. We actually spent money to make sure that when you wash and dry it, it will remain exactly the way it is the first time you put it on, so that you don't have to then throw it into the ocean afterwards. Because I thrift quite a bit. I don't like to buy new for the most part, because I think most shit today is garbage, and I just don't like to contribute to that economy. But I would appreciate if you would contribute to that economy when it comes to me on the road, because I made a decent shirt. That one day will be hanging in a thrift store, and someone will look at it and go, I don't know what the fuck this is. But it'll at least will have survived to a thrift store one day. So December 12th and 13th, a big announcement coming about some other things. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and say it. Depending on Sanker's availability, I have not cleared this with you whatsoever.
Yep.
But the first live Rob Loves Arguing is going to be happening at Catacombs Cabaret. That is 474 Queen Street West, underneath the world famous Uncle Terry's Warehouse. And underneath it'll be January 5th, Monday. That's at 8 p.m. And every Monday forward in continuum from then. That will not mean that you will not be seeing this Rob Loves Arguing in its original form. The goal is to be doing twice a week, once like this, once a live format, and it'll be every week there. If you would like to come see that show live, you can always message me for a guest list. Otherwise, tickets will be available online. It will be $5 to get in, and that will also get you a beverage. It'll get you the cheapest possible beer that's available at the place. But you get a beer for $5. I just want people to come see the show. You can buy the shirt live there as well. So that will be back. And Windsor, I got to change my date. It won't be December 27th. The booker doesn't even know this yet. Chris, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I got to message you about that. But December 24th will be the Windsor date. Christmas Eve. Literally, what else do you have to do? I have to see a bunch of my friends and all you people that I would see anyways. Literally, my family in Windsor, just come to my show and I'll bring a turkey to the show. We'll just eat turkey at the show, if that's cool with everybody. Actually, Uncle Jason, we'll eat OG's pizza, and that's it. Anchor to Sanker, thank you very much. This was Rob Loves Arguing. Good night.